han få et par sekunder før den er i gang. Right. Okay. So, okay, now we're back here in the hotel. Everyone's just right hungover, and everyone's enjoying themselves, and we just finished last game. And that would be the gentlemen on each of my sides here, Kim and Ola. But before we get to that actually game, there was comments yesterday about the game you had, the first game, that just went south.
Yeah, it went down at about 75 minutes, I think, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like 1 hour and 15 minutes or something like that, and the battery died.
Yeah.
So that's very unfortunate to say the least. But anyways, I believe you won the game.
Yeah.
But do you remember some of what happened in it?
I don't know exactly when the game cut out. I haven't watched it myself, but it was the first half of the game felt very much in my corner. Like I think I was up 6-0 something like that. Yeah. But then the hunter play started to come back a bit because cooks are very fragile. So I send them in and I kill these guys, but mine die back. But in the end, I had to work on taking out Cena a second time, and I think I ended up killing him after pulling like 3 models into him. So in the end it ended 12-6, and I think it was only takeouts on both sides, no goals at all, as far as I remember.
So it was a slaughter fest.
It was a slaughter fest, yeah, as it should be between hunters and cooks.
Yeah. Then do you remember which captain he played?
Yeah, he played Steeljaw. So it was a new experience for me. I've never played against Steeljaw before. Mm-hmm. It was very interesting. Not super enjoyable. Her play style is very much like a denial.
Yeah.
So the game itself was fun, but the matchup.
Fair enough. But anyways, let's jump into the actual things that was happening today. The two of you were, Kim, you were playing Union, and you were playing Cooks.
Yeah.
And who started the game? Who was the kicker?
I kicked off. Because I've been watching Kim playing, and he says he wants to kick off and has no plan when he receives. And I'm basically the same. I also want to kick off and have no plan when I receive. So I'm on the roll, and I decided to kick. And I think that's probably the correct choice, but did not work out so well for me in the end anyway.
Yeah. I mono captained. I had Rage in my lineup, but I only played Greed the entire weekend. I got carried by him through my drunkenness. But receiving is hard. You only have 5 moles, and at least 3 of them you actually don't want to get the ball with. Right. So yeah, you're left with Greed, which isn't that fast, and Grace. And if the kick is good enough, you're kind of fucked, and you have to do it with Minx, and you'll lose one of your better killers in the beginning. Yeah. And that was how because Greed actually could get the ball, Minx ended up killing Spice in turn 1. So
yeah, before Spice activated, she was my kicking model, so that was didn't really see that coming, and yeah, that was, I think that kind of steamrolled after that, because you had even though you received the ball, you got the activation advantage in the last activation.
So now it was some standoff in the first, but then it got into a serious scrum, healing light, and early momentum lead helped me just keep my guys alive, and that snowballed. So
yeah. So you really felt like you had the momentum the entire game, or you felt you had control? Or
yeah, it felt like you were very much in control.
At certain points, like, yes, I can't heal all the guys, but I can heal what I
need. Maybe one dies, but who gives a shit?
Minx can stay like half a mile back there.
Yeah.
Or 5. That's okay. It was a lot of momentum. It worked.
Yeah, it did. You had a good success with the Greed this weekend, and I believe one of the first comments you had right after we were done is Greed OP, and you answered.
Yes, there's no way around it. He's too good. Don't know how you fix him, because you do need a kicking move. and somebody that projects a kicking game. But he's currently a little bit doomed.
You had a theory why you thought they might be too good.
I mean, I think it's and I think it's kind of similar thing that happened with the Alchemist and Soma. It's like Union and the Alchemists were bad. Well, I don't think Union were bad, but they were unplayed before the last buff. But it feels kind of weird that they buffed them, and then like 2 months later they get a super good captain, both guilds. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like it's maybe a bit not so much communication or thinking ahead in this case. Kind of like I think that they do that with buffs and nerfs sometimes, like you nerf 2 things or buff 2 things instead of just doing 1 and seeing how that goes. But we'll see. I think one of the good things that SFG does is that they do errata often, so if something ends up being too good, it'll be too good for a little while, and then it'll sink down and something else will rise up.
It's gonna take it.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of like the same thing with the Alchemist. It's like it's kind of hard. What do you change? Because I think Veteran Greed is very good for many different reasons, and one of that reason is that you have so many good squads and you can double activate them, but you can't nerf all the squads because then the guild is shit again. And it's kind of the same with Alchemists. They buffed Veteran Cavalist very much, and then Soma gives him some extra, but they can't nerf. I mean, they can't nerf him down to where he is acceptable with Soma, because then he will be absolutely unplayable with everybody else. And I don't know. There's a lot of interactions, and I don't know. We'll see.
For what I found, for example, that Soma Veteran Cavalry isn't unbeatable, but it brings a very different new aspect to the Alchemist, one that you're not used to seeing from the Alchemists.
It shores up a weakness very good for them.
It basically means that people need to learn to play against the Alchemists in that way as well. So it creates a new type of play for them. So I think my theory is that people just need to get used to the idea that now you can't just let the Alchemist player come and beat on you, because he can't kill a wet paper bag. Now he can kill a very, very hard paper bag.
Yeah.
You just need to then be aware of the opportunity or the option to. And maybe it's the same with greed, that people need to understand that this is a different type. This is a new play.
You need to understand that there's no way to hide. there's no way.
Okay, this guy's gonna die, so I'm just gonna put that one forward. Come and get it.
It basically you need to just push everything forward.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I think you should play against like the Veteran Decimate yo-yo thing.
Yeah.
Just push all your killers right into them. And
Yeah. So even when you're stepping back 9 inches, there's guys there to.
Just rush in, because there's still Union still going to scrum well, but everything that Greed brings leverages the back and forth. He can reach anybody, but you still send 1 or 2 models. So, yeah.
And then if you haven't used the extra activation, you can use that to back off another 10 inches or so.
So just get it.
Yeah, that's a lot of interesting ideas. We also saw the last captain. Did you or festival? Did you actually meet that during the tournament?
I thought it would in the first one. I met Christian, and he played Treasure Festival, and I thought that he would pick Festival, because then you can do that, just push everything up extremely well.
Yeah.
And even though it's farmers, and they are easy to hit and are easy to damage, they do have a lot of healing and do have a lot of hitboxes.
Yeah.
So some form of control of Fangtooth and just scrum it out is scary. I'm looking forward to play against Festival.
Yeah, he looks a very interesting captain to play with and against, really. So we'll see how it goes. But I think Christian had the fact that he painted his roughly 45 minutes before. So I think that might have something to do with why he felt slightly uncomfortable playing her.
I think so.
And he also knows you, so you're well known in the community as a new player here in Norway. So maybe he felt like that was a little overambitious to use you as the first game in the first round of the tournament.
He also hadn't played against Greed, so that was There's a lot of new things that happened. So,
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of new experiences for many here. We saw a lot of new old-timers coming back as well that we haven't seen for months. And you guys coming over from Bergen, so Bergen is always good as well. So that's always fun to have you guys over. And you guys as well coming all the way over from Sweden.
Yeah, but apparently it takes longer for you to get there than it does for us, so it's fine.
7-hour train.
And you guys use about 4 hours, yeah?
The other two guys are from Gothenburg, so they took 4 hours. I'm a little further east, so it took about 6 hours on the bus, but it's
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
it's pretty fine, you know, it's...
Capital is Swedish, that's okay.
It's a good way to spend a weekend, I think, just going around visiting tournaments and friends.
Yeah, it is. And we these tournaments here up in between in Norway and Sweden, and they are sort of within reasonable distance of each other. So it's like a day trip. Over.
Yeah.
I really like Battle at Lund
Yeah.
because it's so easy to travel to.
Right.
You take a plane to Copenhagen, and then it's just
20-minute train ride or something like
so
that.
it's straight over the border engine. There you go.
Yeah,
That's
it's also kind of interesting that the fastest way to go to Sweden is to go to Denmark. So,
Yeah.
okay,
It's a bit
well,
down,
yeah, but that's a bit of just how it is up in Scandinavia, I
Yeah.
guess. But anyway, I think we covered everything we want to cover, and I think we're just gonna try to not take your entire, go in and enjoy the fame and victory of the new stuff. But so you actually ended up getting some of one of the mystery prizes today. So so we'll see where that goes. So I don't know what it is. No one does actually.
Oh, it's one of those closed organized play kits with
Yeah,
that could be
Blacksmith.
one of the different models, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which it is.
Nice.
I figure I don't want to know, so I'll find out whenever you open it after you get it afterwards.
I just bring it up now.
Yeah, should be cool. In any case, we'll see what it is, and I think this is the game, the last games. I think is just starting to close up now. So you guys were a little ahead of some of them,
Yeah.
but with the Slaughterfest you had, and it's pretty cool. But anyways, thank you very much for a little time on DTU and for you letting us know how it went with this game in yesterday as well. So with
No problem.
everyone wanting to know what happened. So yeah, we'll try to. I'll learn from this and try to get this streaming done better next time. So get a camera with a better battery. I think is the big lesson here. But anyways, thank you guys, and congratulations on your victory and on your almost victory.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
So
you.
you represented the little sweet brother Toptable
Yeah.
very well this year.
Is that what we're called here in Norway?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, little sweet brother.
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you for organizing.
Yeah, very nice. Very nicely handled. Always great with the extra streaming, even though it didn't work out completely in the end, but it's always nice to see. see an effort being
We gave it
made.
a try. We haven't actually done the streaming before much at all from us. So it was a new experience for me, and I realized that it actually does require a little preparation and such. So yeah, I just need to do better. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank
Practice
you guys.
makes perfect.
It does. It does.
Yeah, thank you too.
Yep.